Most of us were taught that we should never use I in academic writing, that it isn't considered professional or persuasive. The faculty of Concordia University's doctoral program believes otherwise, that using first-person voice allows authors to take a more professional and persuasive stance. Sword stated it very well in her book on academic writing. When we muzzle the personal voice, we risk subverting our whole purpose as researchers, which is to foster change by communicating new knowledge to our intended audience in the most effective and persuasive way possible. The effectiveness and persuasiveness of first person is stronger than what you get in third person. From this point forward, all the writing in the doctoral program will be done in what we are calling first person reserved voice. This may seem like a difficulty for many of you at first, because you are so used to that impersonal, scholarly third-person voice, but I promise you that your resulting texts will eventually be stronger than when you wrote it in the third person. So what is first-person reserved voice? It's a voice that is balanced between the personal I at one end and the impersonal the author at the other end of the voice spectrum. It's a way of presenting the educated authority of the author without denying that author's person or identity. It is active, clear, and precise. It acknowledges the actions, agency, and ideas of people rather than objects or texts. So it is the author, the people in the research, and the people who actually did things that are important and are actually doing something in the writing rather than being the text or object that is doing something. Unlike other uses of first-person pronouns and voice, or I, first-person reserved isn't personal or conversational or chatty, and it isn't used to promote an author's unfounded opinions or feelings. It is still based on rigor, scholarship, research, and educated logical thinking. Here's an example from an article on librarianship and online courses. The first paragraph was written the way the journal requested, in third-person voice. The distance education librarian, the author, is embedded within EDGR 601. In this class, students gain an overview of the field of educational research and begin preparing a literature review to guide their own classroom or workplace research in the final capstone course. The author provides individual instruction to students through email and the course discussion board. While this isn't completely hard to understand, and there aren't a number of terribly hard terms in this paragraph, once you get into the entire article written from the author and the embedded librarian, it tends to get a little unwieldy. The meaning is clearer and more engaging when written in first person, as in example 2. As the distance education librarian, I am embedded within EDGR 601. In this class, students gain an overview of the field of educational research and begin preparing a literature review to guide their own classroom or workplace research in the final capstone course. I provide individual instruction to students through email and the course discussion board. In example 2, the author isn't being overly personal about what he or she did or who he or she is, but is still connecting to and taking ownership of the actions and the effects of those actions on other people. This ability to own your own thoughts and actions will be extremely important for your connection papers at the end of Phase 1. If you wish to read more about Helen Sword's research into academic writing, here is the reference for her book.